Morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? What's up, man? Are you? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna get this sorted quickly on this side. Post PPI, post CPI. How is everybody's CPI and PPI? Hope we treated you guys well. How was everybody yesterday as well? Righto. Uncle Robs, Unit, Hans, Brandon, Ilse. Morning, guys. Mark, Brandon, Chad, Elaine, Cole. What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Let's get straight to the charts. I just want to get this marked out. Okay, let's go for it. Straight off the bat, I'm not trading GJ. Not gonna trade GJ because I'm not gonna break this whole chart down. I just want to show you where I'm gonna trade it. Not trading GJ unless it breaks the resistance or breaks there. So something like that or something like that. Until then, I'm not touching GJ. Okay, now let's focus on the main pair, and that is Goldilocks, and let's see what is the aftermath after PPI and CPI. Hans, I can't really answer that question, brother. I need to go through the chart quickly and then I'll let you know. Okay, nothing that I really want to read off of that weekly. However, the daily. So the daily is doing one of two things, guys. So this is how it's going to look. So you've got your resistance point there, you've got your support level there, right? Then you've got your micro area right there on obviously your lower time frame, such as your 4 hour. Okay. Now the daily is doing one of two things. This is either the break and the retest for price to drive, or it's the rejection of that weekly level, which is 24.75, for price to flip today's low and continue further down, and then this will look like this on the on that weekly time frame. So it's literally doing one of two things. So today is one of those days where I have to use that lower time frame to actually give me the guide as to where price will go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the first thing is popping that current daily low, because I want to anticipate if we can re-break the current daily low. This will then be price grabbing liquidity at the wick high, which is going to be your lower time frame resistance. You'll see that now, in order for price to continue dropping. And then obviously on the contrary, if it drives up, this will then just be price retesting the resistance it broke out of before it can obviously drive up. Now, I'm not too phased with what happened yesterday into today. Why I'm saying so is because that data is pretty much done already. We already have the direction. So what I want to do now is just pop in that current daily low. Okay, popping in that current daily low, as well as current daily high. To be honest, if I want to see a rebreak of either of these areas, it's going to show me where momentum can go to. Then popping to that 4 hour. I just want to check that bias quickly, because I think that bias actually flipped on that 4 hour, boys. Yeah, the bias is not bullish. So you actually got a 4v0 for the bias. Well, I just have to double check the 30. Yep, 4v0 bullish, which means that technically price should continue buying, but we are such a crucial area that this could also be the change in that. Let me show you why I say so. Okay, if I look at this 4 hour, and let's actually break this down quite nicely. If I look at the 4 hour, like on the daily, I've got my liquidity areas right there, right? Then it just happens to be on both of these testing areas we have ranges. So you've got your first 4 hour range there, got your second 4 hour range there, now again another 4 hour range there. Do you see is that it's pretty much in that same area? Do you guys see that? What happened previously? Previously we broke, we retested, we drove. Previously we broke, only later pretty much retested, and then we drove. And yeah, we're kind of doing the same thing, not so? breaking, we're retesting now, price can drive, right? However, because I'm 4v0 bullish and the dollar is weakening, it could be a different play today. However, this is something I'm going to keep in the back of my mind. Okay? So the moment these are my 4 hour zones right here, I've got my level there, I've got my level there, and I've got my level there. That's only 3 zones I'm going to add in today. Okay? So let's pop those zones in and I'll show you what I want from that. Okay? Because for me personally, as you are testing this liquidity zone, I'm going to look for the rollover to try and short the pair. And on the contrary, if we start trading above that level, I will look to buy. And I'm going to give you the range confluence just now. If you watch my streams like consistently, I feel like you can already see where I'm getting at. That's very straightforward today. Actually, I really like today's setup before I even got to the 30 minute. So let's get that 4 hour areas out. It's going to be that first. Then we don't have a 4 hour resistance formed yet. So what I'm going to do is use previous supply. And here we got current demand. So these are going to be my current 4 hour zones. As you can see, my current daily high is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there for now, because what I want to do is if it's too tight in the liquidity area, I won't really use it as a catalyst candle. But if it's not, I might even want to trade the flip and the drive. Okay. Then also I want to mark in the current 4 hour low, just for interest sake. I'll come back to that now. And let's start tweaking these 4 hour zones. So I'm not going to use the whole wick, because I actually rather use it as a wick full, seeing that the wick itself from the QP is about 36 odd pips. So I'll rather use it as price wick filling. And then pretty much the same here. I'll drag that there, pop that in like that. As you can see, price did test and started to reject. Current daily highs there. So see, I'm not gonna be able to use this, because either way I'm going directly into a 4 hour liquidity zone, which you can see over here. You see that, right? So I will need price to get above before I can long the position. And then what I'll then also understand is that you got that range to the left hand side. You guys see that? So if price does get above, essentially what we're just going to be doing is range trading. So trading from the support, so from the support to the resistance, and that is then what we want to then do. Okay, so that is pretty much how we can use that as a confluence as well. And then on the 30 minute, I'm going to have to add in another level, which is going to be right here. You guys see that? So this will be the level, because that's my 2 candlestick pullback. That's 17 pips, 20 pips to QP. Closure beneath there, I'm going to look for early type 3s. So check that out. 4v0 bullish. This is going to be the 4 hour flip. At what point exactly? Just check quickly. Here's there. So it's actually a bit earlier than the zone. But I want price to then close beneath it, because that's going to flip that microstructure. It's not going to flip the overall, but it's going to flip that microstructure. So let me just pop this in. Let's say okay, there's that current day low as well. That is something to note. So these candles are a bit choppy, but this is going to be the place. So let me break down the sell scenario for you guys today, so you can understand. We've got our zones, we've got our areas, like, you know guys, like a little structure understanding. Let's go ahead and actually look at the confluences for the sells. So taking from the weekly and the daily is pretty much going to be the same confluence, which is price is tapping into that resistance area 1, 2, 3 for price to come down to the range to drive down like that. So that's a daily confluence. That is also going to be understanding that if this daily can flip, we should see a further drive to fill that wick However, how I'm going to take it is I'm going to use the 4-hour flip to pretty much get in earlier, so that if there is a potential runner that goes, I can then use that to catch more pips. And then also, if I don't get that position, then I'll want to take the trade there. Okay, on the 4-hour, what I'm also seeing is price is breaking out of a support level right there, right? It's retesting that. I will anticipate that if that 4-hour can flip bearish, price should then drive to the downside. Okay, on that 30-minute, we then have my 2 candlestick pullback right there. However, that is not the significant low on the 30-minute structure. It's just that microstructure area, which means that if price is going to break that area, it's not going to flip the 30. However, it's going to be the start for that micro to eventually become the flip. So what I then want to see is price starting to close beneath that level, something like that, and then I look to trade it down. Price is also testing that liquidity area on the left hand side, as you can see over here. So price is testing. Sorry, let's put it from the side. So price is then retesting this area here, right? So with price rejecting there, as it breaks its nearest support area, that is initially where you want to get that type 3s. To be honest with you, if we can get price to actually come out and back in, it's going to get our type 3s even better. So what I definitely want to see is either price, let's say, grab liquidity. I don't want to use the word fake out. Grab liquidity, then come back in. I can look for that earlier shorts. Otherwise, we're just going to look for shorts as it then flips at 4-hour. Closure beneath on the 15 or 30, and then I look to short the pay down to QP, current daily low, and then our nearest demand area. Okay, that is the idea then on that 15/30 and the rest of the time frames for the sells on gold. The sells is going to come beneath the level 24.52. This range is tradable, but not yet. I need price to get out and in before I can say that it's tradable. Okay, now on the buy side of life, if we look at this daily, I can then also see it from this perspective where price is closing above the level, Maribozu in liquidity zone, and that is why it rejected. But at the same time, is this not that retest for price to continue driving further up like that? There's a high probability of that. Okay, seeing that you've just broken out of that bodily liquidity area, closing above, retested now with the past Monday, Tuesday, now Wednesday opening up, giving us the bottom wick already. A simple re-break of the current daily high will then give me the idea that price can continue driving for sure. Tapping into that 4-hour, the only thing that I need to understand is that price is at that resistance point. So I can't buy it, even though we are seeing candlestick anatomy, high highs and high lows. I can't buy it. Why? Because of that level right there. So in order for me to get involved, I need a 30-minute closure above the level, a retest and a drive. Okay? Only then I can use that 4 hours saying that, you know what, we have the candlestick anatomy, price can continue driving. But until then, I can't. Popping onto the 30-minute, you've got liquidity there, just like I just mentioned now. So I have to see price get above, because the issue with me getting involved anytime before that is that I'm buying into a resistance area. I'm buying into demand. I mean, a supply. You guys see that? So for me, I have to get a closure above, a retest, a hold of support, and a drive in order for me to take those long positions. Okay? And then on your 5-minute, you want like a nearer support. How far is this? You see, that's way too far. So I need some sort of support to happen around that area. Okay? If I don't get support, I then will have to use an open candles low in order for me to use it as a stop loss. But essentially what I need on a 15/30 is price to close outside the zone, just like that. And then this wick can have a higher probability to be that 5-minute zone that I'm looking for. Or if not, just the next candle that opens up, the bottom wick that it creates will then be will then be used as a stop loss. Let's say, for example, it looks like this. I'll then take my entry above the high, stop loss at the low for anticipation that price will trade to the upside with this LTA on the left hand side, as well as the trade that will be then a range trade, so low to high. This is what then I'll then anticipate for the buy side of life. So for me personally, it's going to be very safe buys. So that is why I want to put this as safe buys. So safe buys up there. 4-hour flip is right there. This is going to be my aggressive sells right here. I really like the setup on gold today. We just need volume. We just should get up in CPI. PPI is done. I think we do have one more though. So it's core price something. Yeah, core retail sales today are +2, but it's not really such a big deal for me. The main ones is NFP and CPI. This month we did involve PPI, killed that as well. Regarding core retail sales, it's not really something that, in my experience, has really moved markets that significantly. So it's not really something that I'm really too phased about, even though it is red folded. Obviously, it is important, but it's not really something that I'm too phased about. So we should see moves until that time. So for me personally, guys, this is going to be my analysis on gold. I feel like it's very straightforward. Nothing that we really had to dive in with too much. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If we can get closer above here, I feel like that's gonna be the prime setup for today. The buys just look easier. These type 3s, not that they're difficult or anything like that. The only thing is that I need to note that where I want to sell it on the type 3 is so close to that QP level. That's the only thing I don't like. Because if I look to the left hand side, as you'll notice, I use ranges a lot. We are so close to the bottom of the range. In my course, what I explain is when I'm going against the structure, you never really want to go in that final third. And this is kind of going to be in that final third. So it's a less probable trade, if I can play that. Not to say it won't pan out, it's just a less probable trade. So in actual fact, the better entry will probably be beneath the QDP. But then I'm going to have the same argument that says that, like, you know what, I'm below the quarter pip, I'm below that zone, I might just all wait for the current daily flip, you know. But for that sells, I'm just gonna have to read price and see how price looks at that point, and then I can judge from there. Even though the sells look nice, don't get me wrong. I think just a safer play today is gonna be getting involved in buys if they pull up. Okay. But that's my analysis on gold. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, drop a W in the chat if you understand. Any questions, do let me know. We are obviously just gonna wait now and see what price does. And Q&A, how was you guys PPI and CPI this week? Did you guys come out on top? Did the markets get the better of you? What was the outcome? We called some shots this week as well. On what do you call it? On fundamentals this week. Killed it all. Very nice. It's actually a very good week on the fundamental side of things. Ooh, very nice. I want to ask a question regarding my bias, my H4. Is your H4 still bearish? The H4 I have bearish because we're closing above this area. So that's my thing there. The way we are driving, I've then marked my H4 as bearish. To be dead honest with you, in this case scenario, whether the H4 is bullish or bearish is not going to make a difference to our trade. In this case. Just because even if this is starting the bearish leg, it's only phase 1. And if this is the continuation of the bullish, it obviously doesn't matter. So in this case, I want to say that I'm not really too phased about my 4-hour bias. I'm not even too phased about the daily bias today, I'm not going to lie. Because today is one of those days where I have to use 4-hour and lower to get my entry. Even though I obviously analyze on the daily and the weekly, in today's, just today, in today, I'm not really too phased. Because there's too many variables involved here. So I'm focusing a lot 4-hour lower, and that's how I'm gonna get involved. Just today though. Yeah, 100%, yeah. 100% Jordan. Thank you, got you. What's it, 9 pips on CPR? Oh, very nice, sir. Hans, you had a question regarding if you start 30 minutes earlier, that was entry 2 or 3, right? 30 minutes earlier. Yes, type 2. Type 2. Did you catch that? Only 2 likes for that juice. Is that only 2 likes, bro? Let's run up those likes, boys. You see that subscribe button as well. Can you please show where the 30? Yeah, 30 minutes. Uh, 30-minute flip bullish 24.55 above that level there. So you'll see that is that micro now, but where I'm getting this from, see that 30-minute? If we look very closely to the left hand side, was there any 2 candlestick pullbacks? There wasn't. There's my 2 candlestick pullback there, and there's my high. So all of this, it's actually null and void. You with me? Because that's my leg right there. So there's my high, there's my low. Whatever happens here, doesn't matter. I'm still bullish. So at the moment, where I want to get in on that early type 3s is going to be there because here's my nearest 2 candlestick pullback, but I'm seeing that on the micro. However, the macro, the actual overall on that 30-minute is bullish. Why? Because there's my low and there's my high. So this whole section here, it doesn't matter. Structure wise, it doesn't matter on the 30-minute. Just because that's my low, that's my high. You with me? So honestly, I would love price to get above. Because then I can see this is just liquidity. Does it make sense?
Did you say we must buy now,
No.
man?
No. You,
How are you, my brother?
I'm all good, my brother, and you? You probably done for the week after your CPI results from yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Nice, bro. Nice. I'm proud of you. Yeah, we can't get too complacent, so we have to keep pushing. Uncle Rob's taught me that. Can't get too comfortable. What? Look, yesterday was a good day. I'm not gonna lie. People at CPI like made my week. I'm not gonna lie. Great results of both. Both we called buys on both. They both panned out very nicely. Expecting that dollar weakness, and she played out.
Yeah, but did you see
The aftermath was crazy though. The aftermath was crazy. It just shows you how strong this 24.75 is. This level of what's that? All-time highs? That is all-time highs, eh?
Yeah, it's all time high.
It shows you how strong it is.
I recall that was 4.8 for the highest. Was 4.8.
YouTube, let me play you that playback of PPI on Wednesday that we had privately for the members. I can find where does Zoom say that? What is the date on Wednesday? The 13th. Yeah. The only thing is I think YouTube might I can't because YouTube's gonna copyright the music. Fuck it, display. So this was PPI on Wednesday that we did privately for the MFX members. Check this out. We called this trade literally on the when did we call it? I think it was the Wednesday morning in stream because this is Wednesday afternoon. So you can check there. 28 minutes now. 14:28. That's 2:30, obviously. And we called it. I typed it in the MFX Zoom. The morning, and then yeah, I think it was Zama that asked. And then yeah, where was it? The 13th, yeah, Miles opposite direction, boom, gold buys. Look at that time, huh? Then we transition into the actual release at time. I'm just gonna skip to 14:28. Yeah, check this out. This is brilliant. And I want to skip because I don't want to get copyrighted. Check your final 30 seconds. This is a sneak peek how we do it. Anticipated those gold buys. Check this out. 4 seconds, and it just went wild after that. Check that. Boom. Got you. Just like that.
Fucking go, man. GG, boys.
Quick, fast. That was insane. Same thing happened yesterday. Tuesday, no. Oh, Tuesday. Oh, what day is it today? What does that mean? Oh, it's Thursday today. Yeah, that's P power was Tuesday, C power was yesterday, Wednesday. Yeah. Spamming bars, like just entering as much as I can. Morning. Shut up, brother. Morning, brother. Was that your first time experiencing that, Gino? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do that like once a month. So yeah, boys, you just gotta wait. London opening 30 seconds. It has now formed resistance here. If this closes like this, I'm going to adjust my zone, and I'll tell you why just now. Because then I'm going to use these candles as price wick filling. So I have my zone, let's say the entry above that candle will give me about a 22 pip zone. TP1 to the body. So I'm gonna adjust the zone here, boys. Okay. Okay. So our closure is now above the level 2458, and my entry has to be above that candle wick 2458.94. Hey bro, for what reason would a mentor tell his student who is a new trader to open an account with a 1 to 1000 leverage? Maybe because the mentor doesn't know how to trade, and that mentor is only good at selling courses. I think that's why. Personally, the leverage that I use on my day-to-day account is 1 to 100. You should not be. If you want to be in this game, in the long term, for the long term, you want to use proper risk management all the time. So you shouldn't be over leveraging your account that much. I do 1 to 3%. That's all you need. Because if you start doing the maths on a higher time scale, I mean, yeah, but you don't need to over leverage your account. When you over leverage your account, that just means you are more able to mess that account up quicker. But then again, obviously every account has a purpose. I realized that the dude I first started learning from is just trying to get people to sign up with them as they're affiliated with the broker. Yeah, look, in this industry, there is obviously, if you can like prove that you can trade proper and you do trade proper, then I think it's fine. But people that will say join my signal group, but like this, I see like there's so much on social media where there's guys that say, look, my signals is free, but in order for you to trade with me, you need to deposit a minimum of 1,000, and you have to use the broker that I say, because they'll get paid through affiliation. Understand? Which is no problem with, but I just feel like if you aren't providing the right content, like the right content, I feel like that's, I don't know, bro. Like, I just have different morals then, because I don't feel like that's right at all. It's just cable. Like lately, I've been seeing a lot of rappers. I don't know, bro. Like a lot of South African rappers get involved with trading. Why is this cable doing this? And you know they don't know jack shit about trading. Why is this cable doing this, bro? Bro, you shouldn't even be doing those. You don't want to get two different views of what this is about, you know. The effort you put into this is solid, bro. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Okay, at the moment for these gold buys, I want something like this. If I can get something like that, that would be very nice. Obviously not that large, but to this effect. 30 or 15, preferably the 30 though. Closure above the level. There we can go long. So 100%. Look, in this industry, there is a lot of ways to become profitable. There's many strategies that do work for sure. So if you find one that is blueprinted to work, just stick with it. Because in any strategy, you're gonna find your wins and your losses. However, just through everything, just stick to one of them. And obviously, like, especially with this, if you do trading as a full-time thing, you need to find something that also suits your routine. Like for me, for example, I started with day trading, but it just didn't suit my personality and my routine and stuff. Can you recommend any good books on trading? I can tell you the most common one, but it's not trading, it's just to understand how to see money is Rich Dad Poor Dad, 100% number one. Then secondly, there's a book by Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. That's also a very good book. And then honestly, the other books that I've read, I don't read books, by the way. I'm not a book reader. But the ones that I did read is more about like psychology. So the third book that I'll read will be, well, that I've read is The Book of Joy by Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. Yeah, that's about it that I'd really recommend. Naked Trading, yeah. I've got that Naked Trading book on ebook if you want to, Brandon. I'll just send it to you. Mental Game of Trading is good too. Actually, never heard of that. It's called Mental Game of Trading. Who's the author? No, so I'm not a book reader, but ones that really helped me with those three. Especially trading in the zone, because it literally states there how indicators and all that jazz is just a waste of time. Naked Trading is also a very good book. That's why you see I keep my charts as simple. But it's not because of the book, it's because of my own findings. When reading the book was just how can I say? Not like a clarification, but like a, I don't know how to explain, bro. But it just like made sense when I read the book as well. I was like, I'm doing this already, awesome. Jared Tendler, all about good psychology. We have to check this out. Oh, it's all Jared Tendler. Oh, it's a South African book. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm from South Africa, bro. I picked up a book called The Way of the Turtle. Jordan also gave some really good book names that he read. Naked Trading sort of gives you an idea. Trading psychology help the way you should think of it. 100%, yeah. Jordan can't read what you're saying. It's just ornaments in his house. Where's he? He's here to defend himself. your cousin. Best loser wins. Check it out as well. Sure. Okay, there's no other way. I'm looking now, but there's just no other way. Let's see something here. There is a possibility that I'll pull a type 3 short a bit earlier, but I need a 15 close beneath this candle. The reason for that is, as you can see, price is tapping into this. Hold on, where's this thing? Price is obviously tapping into security area right here. Do you see how we're rejecting? My understanding is to be that with this engulfing candle right there, the whole of that area, a closure beneath that level is going to make me understand that price should then drive down. And that will be the type 3 stab. It's actually very nice. Let's see if she can close beneath on the 5. Is that the higher zone? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, we'll use that. If this current 15 can close beneath this level, which is going to be the closure of the next 5, I'm going to take early type 3 shorts with my stop loss above this high right there. So the setup is going to look something like this. That stop loss is going to be 23 pips to target the lows of that 17, obviously 10 first and then 17, and then overall be QP 42 pips. Go. Let's see if that happens. So the confluence I'm using there for that is price tapping to liquidity, rejecting liquidity on the 4 hour, price not sustaining the level in anticipation that the 4 hour will flip. And then obviously your stop is going to be above that current hourly. Like that. Because obviously, oh, that's so perfect. Because if it's going to break that area, I wouldn't want to be in the trade. So let's see if we get that closure. What times do the different sessions start here in SA? So for that, my brother, you can use, I think it's FX time calculator. What's it again? No, it's FX time converter. Let me just do this, just in case we're busy looking at something else. So you can come to FX time converter. It's going to be the first one. It should be the first one. Forex market time converter, yes. So you come here, you put in your time. So it's going to be, for us, GMT +2. So it can be Africa, Johannesburg. Where's Johannesburg? There. So Africa, Johannesburg. You then set that in and then you'll see the actual time. So obviously, if you didn't know, there is 3 main sessions, but 5 that is actually the micro. So it's Frankfurt, London, New York, Sydney, Tokyo. So here you've got London session, these 2. There you've got New York session, and there you've got Asia session. Okay? So obviously you've got Frankfurt open at 8 and that runs till 4. London that opens at 9, runs till 5. The peak volume areas in London is between 9 until about 12, 1:30. Okay? Then New York opens at 2. So these 2 overlap. Okay, so these 2 overlap, which creates that nice volume. And then Asia session down there. So in our time, London actually opens at 9. That's why I hop on at 8:30, so that by 9 o'clock open, I'm ready for the markets. And then I'm done by latest 11:30. Okay, so you did not get that close beneath. However, we are getting that resistance, but it's not enough for me. Just because the micro is bullish, I have to be 1,000,000% certain it's going to drop. At the moment, you're still holding support. So there's nothing I can do as of yet. However, if I start getting 500 close beneath the level, I might want to take that early short entry. But as of now, there's nothing I can do yet. Just because you can hold this level and reject, this 15-minute candle can literally turn right back bullish. This 30-minute candle can also flip bullish. Why? Why? 30 minutes is bullish. Overall sentiment is bullish. So for me to take these type 3s, yo, I have to be like ready with all my confluences. Got you. Yo, Charles, your electricity finally on. Another power outage, you say? Or what time would you recommend to trade for someone who would prefer to trade in the evening? My thing is this. You shouldn't allow the markets to dictate when you want to trade. So you see, like, okay, maybe in my life I'm free from 5 till, let's say, 8. Then you trade within that time. Obviously, if it is a solid session. But what I personally like to do is I like to trade market opens. Not necessarily the open, but I like to be in that specific market from the open all the time. But that's just a big thing for me. I don't really allow the market to dictate like when I can trade. Obviously, which is important, but like if I want to trade in the evening, I'll rather just set the time for that. Personally, I would do like 5 till 7. You should still see volume then, but it's also not the big volume that you would see at your open. And if you're like a morning person, Asia session will be like around 2 a.m. But yeah, for me personally, London just works best with my routine in life and then also the pairs that I use. I love the way gold moves in London. I love the way GJ moves in London. But then, like I mentioned on Tuesday, cycles, market cycles, pair cycles, and market cycles, pair cycles. Oh, and session cycles. Forex Insights. What's up, my man? Speaking of sessions, I noticed something weird. The Tower MT4, yeah, so let me explain this to you now. Tower MT4, trading view are different in hour, even though both are set plus 2. Yeah. So remember, the providers are going to be different with their where they are. So like, for example, my broker's server, so the server that they use is an hour ahead. So that's why I'll always focus on TradingView, and then whatever happens on MetaTrader I couldn't be phased with, because I'm taking my idea off of what I'm seeing on TradingView. And remember, FTMO uses their own server as well as a prop firm. I think FTMO is one of the only prop firms that actually have their own server. Even Vault Funder doesn't have their own server. They use Vault Markets. I think, I speak under correction, I think FTMO is the only one that actually uses their own server. I speak under correction. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm quite sure they're the only ones that use their own server. And they're based in, where they? I think Czechoslovakia. Where's FTMO based? I think they're based in Czechoslovakia. Czech Republic, I think so. And I'm not too sure what their time zone is. If this 15 has now broken those highs to start trading beneath here, we are selling it. Reason being, this is price we have liquidity. So then a 5-minute closure beneath the level, we'll sell it. We will send it to Country and OLX and put it on Marketplace on Facebook and sell it. Let's see, 5 close at resistance, holding quite decent. Okay, thanks for that. I got you. The 30-minute close is coming up in 9 minutes as well. We might actually want to wait for that. 15-minute resistance here is definitely holding. Definitely holding. MFX members, why is my mouth slurping today? MFX members in Zoom will be good. Boss, have you blown any funded challenges before? How did you overcome it? I just blew mine. I didn't. I took one funded challenge with my team in Jan and we passed that. It's just that the firm actually closed down. That was TFT. But I feel like maybe because I trade personal capital, but I'm sure it would be the same. Like maybe blowing an account and blowing your funded challenge is probably maybe the same feeling. And my advice for that is always just, it's gonna sound really cliche and boring, but the only time you really lose this whole, let's say for example your goal is to be a full-time trader, the only time you really lose at it is if you quit. So just don't quit, continue pressing every day. I know it's not like to lose money and all that stuff, but rather see it as a way of learning, as a way of paid education. So if you've blown a funded account, don't be like, I've blown the account and walk away. Rather be like, okay, what was the reason for me blowing the account, and how can I then move forward and pass the next one if I take another one? But I also personally, this is how I feel, where you take the funded account challenge in your career is so important. Because if you've been just trading for a couple of months, I don't think you should be touching your funded account. Because there's still a lot of things that you have to learn. You first need to see consistency in your live account and then go funded. That's just my 2 cents. And that doesn't mean large returns. Even if you're making even if you have a $50 account and you're just making $2 here, $1 here, $3 here, like that, but you're consistently making the profits, then you can maybe think of doing it. But if you can't even grow a $50 account, and when I say grow, I don't mean flip, because people have the misconception that because the account is small, they now need to flip the account to make the same results that you would on $1,000. You need to now make on $100. It's not gonna happen. Focus on your percentage. If you had a $100,000 account in live capital, I'm sure your mindset would be totally different. You with me? So just like you would trade $100,000 in live capital, should be the same way you trade $100 in live capital. And if you can do that and develop that mindset, then I would say, okay, sharp, go for the funded challenge. But if you haven't developed that sort of discipline and that routine, and then found your consistency within your trading, I wouldn't say do funded. Reason being, people think that funded is a quick way to get to where you want to be. 100%, it is great, but you first need to still follow the foundation and the journey properly. It's not a quick fix to debt. It's not a quick fix to changing your life if you don't know how to trade. You with me? So then I'm going to step back to it, like, only take a funded challenge if you are consistent enough in your own personal capacity, and then go and trade a funded account. That's how I see it, because at the end of the day, you obviously, if you want to trade full-time, you need to be consistent. And to be consistent, you need to have your mind right, your emotions right, your risk plan right, your routine right. There's a lot of things outside of actually chart work that you need to have right in order to find that consistency in your trading. It's not just about jumping on the chart, plotting these 3-4 zones, and then boom, bombs your uncle. Unfortunately, it's not like that. There's many things outside of trading that you need to have on lock before you can find consistency in your trading. Because trading is not just about chart work. It stems way further than that. And I feel like that's very important. Yeah, damn, I'm only consistent on getting this stop loss. I wonder how I can flip that. I would say your solution is to join the team, bro. Just join MFX and we'll show you how to trade, and then from there you'll have the right fishing rod to go fish with. Only you can make yourself profitable. Only you can do that. You can take anybody's courses. You can take my course, but if you don't apply yourself, nothing's gonna change. You can take any dude's course. If you can join the mentorship, anything, but if you're not gonna be the dude that applies him or herself, nothing's gonna change for you. So my best advice is always find yourself a proper mentor that has a blueprinted strategy that actually works, that's consistent, they can show you that, and then go and learn that, and then find your edge within yourself, and then apply that to the right markets. Also, another thing with the fund is because you have this target that you need to reach, and let's say this dude he trades well, he knows what he's doing, but he can't reach 10% for the month. Even though there's no target on the challenge accounts with days, there used to be, not anymore. He then thinks he can't trade because maybe the 6% for the month wasn't enough to pass the challenge, and now he thinks he can't trade. So those rules that's there, 100% you can achieve them, awesome, great. But I feel like a lot of people hinder their progress in trading because they get the misconception that they can't trade because they're not hitting a certain percentage for that specific month. Remember, markets are going to be different every month. Maybe this month you make 5%, maybe next month you make 25%. So that's why I would always recommend find your consistency in your live account. Even if it's a flippin' $10 account, dude, just be consistent in pips and percentage, not monetary value. The day you start chasing the money is the day you've lost the race. I'm telling you that now. Because the money will always change. That's one thing. In my personal capacity, the money I'm making now is nowhere near to the money that I was making 5 years ago. It's always going to change. However, the pip is still the same. When I developed this strategy 5 years ago, 2019, 5 years ago? Yeah, 5 years ago. It was always, I just want 10 pips. I just want 10 pips. Now 10 pips then is a whole different ballgame to 10 pips now. So don't focus on the money. Focus on just bringing in your pips and bringing in your percentage, and you'll be fine. That's facts. Funded rules is a catch 22. Yeah, look, for me personally, I've been live capital since day one, but just off teaching so many people, I've just like seen many different scenarios, man. And I've seen how people, bro, like these students and people that can trade, they're so good. Like they'll probably out trade me, like they're really good. But because they have this fixation on getting funded the whole time, they're hindering their progress. Which in my personal capacity, I don't like. Since I started with live, I feel more confident, 100%. 100%. So funding for me is a great way to scale capital if you are consistent already. If you're still learning how to trade, maybe a challenge would be good for you so you can realize that you need discipline in the routine. But maybe then shouldn't be like, yo, I need to pass the challenge because I need to pay X, Y, and Z. Use it as an educational tool. And then when you're consistent, then take the funded challenge to use it as a tool to leverage your capital. Because in reality, not everybody has even a flippin' $500 account to trade live with. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But if you invest in the right thing first, which is your education, bro, you will get to that point so quick you won't even understand how. That's why for me, education is the most important thing. Because you're literally equipping yourself with something that you have for the rest of your life. So maybe instead of wasting money on funded challenges, find yourself a mentor and trade with them. Get consistent, get confident, all that jazz, and then take the steps of going the funded route. Because it's like I mentioned before, it's one thing passing the challenge. The next thing is that you're consistent with that still virtual account, by the way, but you're consistent with that to then do withdrawals every time. Boom, 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 boom. Because I've also seen many times people get funded, then they fuck the account up. They mess the account up once they are funded. Okay, that was the 30 kilos, but just nothing yet, boys. So yeah, nothing yet, my guys. Just barcoding at the moment in this area. Nothing really happening. That's golden. Cool, 100%, my brother. So it's one of two things for me right now. It's price to close beneath this level right here, and I'll take some shorts, or it's price to close above the level. So you see, as price starts to tighten at that resistance area, that's how I'm able to take a possible type 3 early on. The only thing we need to know is that we're going to be trading into a body. Have you had that rule of 2 trades a day from the start? No. No. 2 trades a day was when I had to, like, in your trading journey, there's gonna be different areas. There's gonna be different areas that you need to target. Focus on the charts, focus on the psychology, focus on mental routine, all that stuff. So no, I used to take 100 trades a day, bro. In my first year of trading, I used to take 100 trades a day, all the sessions. I used to do everything, but that's how I learned. See, I didn't have a mentor, but I paid for education through a lot of losses. Let me put it to you like that. I lost a lot of money in the beginning, but that's because I never had a mentor. Which is it's just how it had to happen. And then when I developed this strategy that we use, when I developed the strategy in 2019, that is when I was like, you know what? The less I expose myself within the markets, the less capital that's exposed, not that's at stake, because I will still trade super large accounts, 100% is good, but the less I expose that capital to the market, the better. So if I take 1 trade a day and I win that, I'm done. You won't see me on the charts again. I'm gone. Tomorrow's the next day. If I lose the first trade and there is a said opportunity that arises because of my edge, then I'll take it. But then I still kept it at 2. So maximum 2 trades a day, no matter what. And if I've won one, I'm done. One and done, boom, 10 to 20 pips, I'm done. Come back the next day and that's that. So it was for 2 things. Besides for me being able to then go do whatever else I want to do for the day and actually living as a full-time trader. The second main thing was just the capital exposure. Because look at our win rate. Our win rate is 87, 86. So 86. I can guarantee you now, if I had traded for the whole day, that win rate would drop. Why? Because your mental state can only focus for 20 minutes at a time. Go research that. You know how much 20 minutes is in a day? Which means that at some point, I'm going to lose the mental clarity that I had. So the same mental clarity I had at 8:30, I can guarantee will not be the same mental clarity at 12. That I can tell you. So that's why you'll see me start to fizzle off on the charts around 11:30. I'm done. I'm done. Because we're human. Our brains can't do that. Have you ever jumped off a chart and actually been mentally tired, like you want to go take a nap? Happens to me all the time. Because you're so locked in, you're so focused at that time, you don't realize how exhausting it actually is without you realizing. You know what I mean? So that's why I limit myself. And also because you are your own boss, you can take any trades willy-nilly. So you have to have rules in place. So that was the biggest rule for me. One and done. Hit 1 trade and I'm out of here. Is Bevan? How was Bevan's birthday yesterday? Yeah. Oh, if he's not here, then he had a great birthday. Yeah, he's not here. Nah, he had a great birthday. How are we doing on those likes? Can we run up those likes? Let's run up those likes. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. We are live on YouTube Monday to Thursday and live with the MFX members Monday to Friday. Just a reminder, MFX members, we have accountability call tomorrow. Guys, give me 2 minutes, I'll be back shortly. Um, 15 close, coming in 5, but still nothing, guys. Guys, I think I'm gonna stay on till about 10. If I don't get a trade by 10, I'm gonna call it. Where's that volume at, though? We need some volume. In what way, Cole? Like, to read it? Like, how do you mean study the journal? I pretty much just use my journal, just to keep factual data, that's about it. 2 minutes to the close. This is now a 15-minute zone, just by the way. Closure beneath the area. I'm gonna go for type 3. Type 3. But it has to close beneath the area. No close, no trade. And it's literally like gold is just like stuck in this area right now. Okay, still nothing. Okay, boys, we're gonna have to wait till 10 o'clock. And if there isn't a setup at 10, I'm gonna call it a session. It just shows how strong this liquidity zone is here as well. Bottom of the 15 now. Okay, so now it's hourly, 30 and 15-minute close that we're waiting on. Hi sir, I need a signal for a tree fella. did the tree fall in the house there or did it fall next to it? I see Simeon's neighbors, the roof flew away. It was crazy yesterday. Wind blew my stop loss away. I use MT5. MT5, sir. Either or is fine though, but I just with the broker I use MT5. It's more updated anyway. Who's this guy speaking about the whole time, Brandon? Quickly type it in the Zoom. Who's this guy you keep speaking about? I prefer MT5. It's newer, it's better. From where? From South Africa. Never heard of it. Does his name have infix at the end? I'll tell you I'll tell you something off stream. Where did Snoid come in? How did that? I'll tell you something off stream. So question, does he show now? Probably not. Probably not, bro. Sativanoid? You a DJ? So you and Jordan are DJs? Hectic. Ah, got you. I DJ Psytrance. What is Psytrance? Yeah, Jordan. What is that? Never heard of that. Psytrance. What is that? Wait, so then your trading psychology must be top notch. Psychedelic trance music. Hey, so your trading psychology is top form. Yesterday, look how this looks. Very purple. Okay guys, doesn't seem like price is gonna move today. Sir, is your income all from Forex? No. I'm a stripper in the evenings.
What's your slipper name?
My stripper name? Alfred. Alfred Pippa. I do actually make more money from shipping, I'm not gonna lie. I actually have a gig tonight at the 60th. I actually saw that, Brandon. I went and checked now. Nah, I don't know who that is, bro. Never heard of him. That's how I actually met Dazzy. Because he did that as well. And Nolan was the DJ at the time. See you grow sheet. See you grow sheet. You'll see Jeff in grow sheet, yeah. We just ranging on your gold. Yeah, for sure. Look, there's nothing wrong with Fibonacci. It's just that, bro, I can literally spot Fibonacci with my eye. This is probably your 50% level. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. 50% level. You don't need this stuff. As much as it's cool to draw on your chart, this is probably your 38. As much as it's cool to draw on the chart, look, 38. As much as it's cool to draw on the chart, you don't need it. It's not a, you don't need it. Like, you don't need it. Many things will work, but do you actually need it on the chart to make you profitable? Probably not. I think the more you add to the chart, the more you're able to read the chart wrong. Because I have so many confluences that's maybe even clashing each other, you know? They're not actually aiding each other. So in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with fibs. You can use it, but there's no need for it. You don't need it. I did fibs when I was a swing trader. Did it make my trading better? It didn't do anything. It really didn't. The same target zones, the same retracement zones I could read off of supply and demand. I prefer 100%. Look, the chart work of trading, guys, you don't have to overcomplicate it. It's literally child's play. It's simple. It's basic shit. The biggest thing in your trading is your psychology, your mental state, your discipline, your routine, etc. But regarding placing the trade and all that stuff, it's not hard. People try and make it look complicated so they can sell you more courses, or they can sound like they, I don't know, clever or some shit. Just keep the chart simple. There's literally 4 blocks on my chart. Guys, there is nothing happening. So what I'm gonna do, YouTube, I'm gonna call a session with you guys. MFX members that's in YouTube, come to the Zoom. We're gonna chill some more and we're gonna look for we're gonna wait for the trade on Zoom. So obviously YouTube, if you want to be part of that, as we await our position, just join the mentorship program. But we barcoding at the moment, nothing's happening. So on YouTube, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. If you want to be part of the team, I'll see you within obviously our group. The link is in the description as well as in the chat. Charles posted there for you guys. Other than that, YouTube, if I don't see you within there, I'll see you guys on Monday, as tomorrow is obviously our accountability call as well as our live training session for the MFX members. So yeah, I'm gonna continue trading. I'm just gonna go and do it probably with the MFX members, as we are still waiting for something to happen. Other than that, YouTube, I'm out. I'll see you guys on Monday. Cheers.